Hey. Hello. So, like I said, we are going to know how to use a calculator to calculate for the mean, variance, and standard deviation. Okay, you know that the variance is what s squared. Know these symbols, and the standard deviation is s. I didn't write it. Okay, and the mean is s bar. Okay, so let's say I have this. I want to punch all these on a calculator and get all my mean and median and the mean, standard deviation, and variance back just straight away. Okay, what do? I just press shift. I have to set this up and on my frequency. So shift plus mode, then I press the down, then I choose statistics, which is number 4, and frequency we on it because mostly our frequencies are on. I hope this is okay. So let's go through it again. You said you point for shift plus mode, then you press the down and press statistics, which is 4, and then you press 1, which will on it. So it means inside the calculator, if on it, that the frequency should be on. Okay, so before we come and punch all these data in it, we press our mode again. So we are changing the mode of this calculator to statistics mode. So number 3, we go to 3.3, and we are dealing with one variable here. So one variable and a frequency. So we choose the first one variable. Okay, press 1. So we have x and the frequency. So the first x is what? 20. So I point 20, and like we did in the equation, press equal to. And then the second x is what? 30. Press equal to. You have 50. Press equal to. You have 60. You have 60. Press equal to. Then you have what? Last one to be 70. Okay. You press equal to. Then after that, we have to press punch in our frequencies on. Okay. Now, if I want to go to the first one, just press it down. It will take me to the first one. So, corresponding to 20, what is the frequency? It's 10, right? So I press 10 and equal to. Corresponding to 30, frequency is 5. Corresponding to 50, frequency is what? 6. Corresponding to 60, frequency is what? 15. Corresponding to 70, frequency is 1. Okay. So we are done. What do we do? Here you just press on. Have you seen this? So let's come. The rest is the calculator's work. Okay. The rest that we are coming to do here is the work of the calculator. Alright, so if you want to know the mean, quickly press shift. Then you come and look on these numbers. Where is statistics? Stat is located on the 1. Just press 1. And this is where the interesting part comes in. Okay, so we have sum. You have number 2, which is data. Number 4, which is variable. Number 1 is type. Distribution, you have minimum and maximum. So let's press 2 and see. Want to indeed know that the data is inside this. If you press 2, you see the data comes back. So it means it's saving it. So you press shift plus 1. Then you go to 4, which is a variable. And then beneath the variable, we have what? N. We have 2, which is S bar. That is the mean. And we have sigma x and SS. The sigma x here means the population standard deviation. Please keep this in mind. The sigma x here means the population standard deviation. And this one, SX, is a standard deviation for the sample. Sample standard deviation. Mostly, if your data is very small and we are dealing with sample size, okay. So like this, you just press the 2, which will give us the mean. Okay, so the mean is equal to, just press 2, then point equal to 43.78378. I hope this is cool, right? Let's go through it again. I said you press shift. Everything is inside already. Once you point that, don't press the AC. Because if we press the 8, it will clear everything. So shift plus stat, then 4 variable, then 2, which is mean, press equal to, and you are done. Let's go to the standard deviation. The standard deviation is shift plus stat, and go to 4 variables. The standard deviation, we said, is either this or this, depending on the question. So let's look at the population standard deviation, which is 3. Press 3, point equal to 17.6070243. If you calculate this manually, this is what you get. Okay, let's go to the sample standard deviation. So variable and 4, that is 17.84989128. Okay, now if I want to find my variance is the standard deviation squared. So what I do is I put a bracket, and I go and call my standard deviation, okay, like we do. Then go to 4, which is, let's say we are doing with the sample standard deviation. Then I put a bracket on it, then I square it. So we are saying that the sample standard deviation squared, that is the sample what variance. And this will be equal to 318.6186186. So let's say the population standard deviation, the population's variance. Go to this variance, press 3, then we square it. Even if you don't put the bracket, it will work. Okay, the same thing. Okay, so that is it for standard deviation, variance, and the rest. Let me explain some of the things here. Shift plus 1, which is stat. Then let's go to the sum 3. The sigma s squared and sigma s. If you remember, we're supposed to use sigma fs squared. Sorry, we are supposed to use sigma fx over sigma f to find the mean, right? Sigma fx over sigma f. Now the sigma fx here is what we call the sigma x. That is the sum of all the frequency. So if I press 2, the frequency is, sorry, this is sigma fx. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm taking that again. The sigma fx is this one. Okay, sigma f, the frequency times x, is what we call the sigma x on the calculator. Okay, that is number 2, sigma fx. You press it and you get that. If I want to know the sigma f, that's the number of items we had. Then you go to the 4, which is variable, and then you choose n. The n is the number of items observed. That is 37. Indeed, if you sum everything in the frequency, you get this. If you want to know the sigma fs squared, go to the sum, which is 3, and then the 1 will give you sigma fs squared, and that is that. If I want to know, let's say, the minimum and maximum of this, I press 6. The minimum of x is what? 20. Okay, like that. So those are for the statistics frequency distribution. So let's go to expectations, and that is under probability distribution, the expectations of a specific probability. Okay, how do you find the expectation of it? All right, so let's start. Okay.